Tell me a little bit about, some of the work that you do with Balanced Veterans.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So Balanced Veterans is a 501c3 nonprofit, and we connect veterans and their families to all alternative therapies. And so we do that through various initiatives. And so some of that is through movement, introduction to yoga, breathing, meditation, different modalities that we can have at our disposal really at any time. And then we also help connect to some of the plant modalities like cannabis and psychedelics. And so to provide education, and then most importantly, we've got a peer-to-peer support community. So folks can plug in right away, ask questions, and really kind of work through their transition post-service with some other people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And post-service, having that community and that support. Talk to me a little bit about how important that is.
It's vital. I did not have that, unfortunately, with my transition, and I had a really difficult transition. Was on a bunch of pharmaceuticals and was really struggling to kind of find that answer. What was next? Like, where do I go from here? And luckily, I was able to be introduced to some of these modalities. But once I was able to dive into my healing journey, I was like, we need to come back, extend the hand, and help our brothers and sisters have that place, have that community to be able to have some of these conversations. This isn't stuff that we can necessarily talk about freely with the VA, and a lot of folks are under VA care, and so having this private space to be able to have those conversations, explore a little bit about what might help you, and it's been vital. It's been really important for me and our community.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And talk to me a little bit about, if you will, share, your experience, your service, which, by the way, thank you so much, for your commitment, your sacrifices. But talk to us a little bit about, your experience and how you came back, the person you were when you came back, and maybe the struggles that you experienced. Because I think it's important, when we're talking about trying to remove the stigma that's tied to psychedelic and psychedelic-assisted healing, I think it's important for people to know where people are coming from in their journey. So if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am so incredibly grateful for psychedelics and for sacred plant medicine. I believe that without that, I would not even have the language to understand what was going on or what was happening in my transition. And so, I think back to 5-6 years ago, not even being able to grasp or put words or even an understanding around how I felt. I joined the military at 17, and so all of the conditioning that happens in your childhood and the systems that you're in, and then to go right into the military and from 17 to 24 have that shape what it was to be a man or how to exist in society. For me, it was not super helpful. It led me to become a person that I was not really. And so to be fighting against yourself and your authenticity regularly, it creates this inner turmoil. And I was really, really struggling and tried to take my life. And I realized that through really self-reflect, because it's all on us. No one could save me. No one could be there for me to help me find what was next. But, I was able to see some glimpse of light and luckily find some of these modalities to be able to get down to some of the root causes. That's all these tools do. Right. It's not a magic fix. It's not going to make everything better. It's going to give you some space to be able to genuinely find yourself. Right. And I knew that as soon as I was able to feel that glimpse of self-love and really what I needed and desired, and it was completely opposite from the military culture and what you're kind of taught. It was very uncomfortable and conflicting, but I was able to start to find myself, and it's a journey. It's taken a lot of time.